Economic Recovery Program, they have mentioned that they will start working on the debt sustainability later this year. But you don't produce a plan without finishing all the elements of that plan, because when you finish those elements, are you going to revise the ERP? Does it provide hope? From a description perspective, if we implement, we could see some semblance of recovery. But what is more crucial is that this comes after the Zambia Plus that we had. In the Zambia Plus, we were able to gather momentum, and the objectives of the ERP are the same ones we had put together in Zambia Plus.
The Kafue Magistrate Court has placed Lusaka Province United Party for National Development UPND chairman of Yasmali Teta on his defense, while his co-accused James Sichomba has been acquitted. This is in a matter where the duo stood charged with one count of being in possession of dangerous weapons during the Kafue District Council chairmanship by-elections last year. In a ruling made Tuesday in a packed courtroom attended by UPND President Hakainde Hichilema, Magistrate Mwamfuli says the state has proved beyond reasonable doubt that Mr. Mwaliteta be put on his defense as he has been found with a case to answer. The matter has since been adjourned to January 15, 2021 for commencement of Mr. Mwaliteta's defense. And addressing UPND members after the court hearing, President Hakainde Hichilema called for unity in the party in the run-up to the 2021 general elections. The opposition leader said going into 2021 elections as a divided force will be disastrous not only to the party but the country as a whole, as Zambians were looking up to the party for socio-economic development.
So Musienkondo pali councillor, pali chairman, pali MP, because ukafie nimbe mfuna ukumenyana menyana maningi. But to my positions, even to our party structure, mumenyana. Lijankondo va intra-party election, tasi ya mumbuyo. Wamene tienda, ikugwirizana, utitika wine. Tika wina, pamene mzaona zabwino. Asiri za ukamba ine. Sina kambe bwino? Pase manjanga tinakamba. Mbila mamukambisi mamukambana yo tiwe sukona nanjala azaziba uti chipani cha bwino kuli alimi kuli aziba zochita uti cost ya living ya kwera mu mwamba too much. Lero waenda ugula soti after 2 days mutengo mu mwamba every day. Amwankole bayende amwankole bachitani dalise manja.
We take our first set of commercials. Do stay with us as we have more interesting stories lined up for you.
And why do you look so pale and busy scratching yourself?
Lamwandi, you know my skin is very sensitive. I've tried all the skin products and nothing seems to work.
Have you tried Oracle Pure Glycerin?
Oracle Pure Glycerin? What's that?
Just give me a minute.
Oracle Pure Glycerin gives your skin a youthful and healthy glow.
Ish, you're glowing. Don't tell me.
Yes!
I already know the secrets.
Oracle Pure Glycerin!
Try Oracle Pure Glycerin for that perfect skin.
To create a positive difference in people's lives, one must first understand the way people live. At Savenda, we're here for our community, our partners, and our future, as a nation and as a continent.
Back in 1997, we decided we were going to create this family journey into a bigger opportunity, and created a business called Savenda, which meant Save Nations to Develop Africa.
It's always important to give back to the people. The government cannot do everything, but as business entities, we'll be able to reach a lot of people.
From our humble beginnings in the telecoms and mining sectors, to our work in energy and development projects, we know how important it is to be true to our roots.
Our services have to be diversified so that we don't depend on one income stream. Back in the village, I was growing up hunting and doing everything that a village boy would like to do. When you're hunting, you don't depend on one trap, for example. You have to have many traps. So those survival skills brought into the business created opportunities that we learned from a young age that you can't survive with just one product. Savenda Group involves Savenda Management, which is a consulting, Savenda Express, which is a corporate branding company, Savenda Electric, which is a manufacturer of energy-saving bulbs, Savenda General Insurance, which is a general insurance company, Savenda Fresh Produce, Cyber Africa, which is a center for just dealing with cyber security.
Now, Savenda is combining local knowledge with international expertise. It's time to be a part of Zambia's rising success and Africa's exciting future.
We are a gateway into Africa, and now we are praying with global companies who are coming to Zambia for opportunities and to look for companies that are homegrown. And we are proud to be one of those.
Hello, have you heard about MOZAMBIQUE? Do you know that you can advertise for as low as 150 kwacha for 30 seconds? Well, MOZAMBIQUE is here. Advertise on MOZAMBIQUE between 17 hours and 18 hours. Just tell us about the services that you offer and we'll gladly put you on the market. For more details, you can contact
+260 953 995099 +260 962 444 726 or +260 971 177 467.
MOZAMBIQUE, allowing your business to grow.
Thank you so much for staying with us. We continue with the news. Government through Home Affairs Minister Stephen Kampyongo says the police have the full blessings of government to deal decisively with UPND members who are planning to break the law when their party president Hakainde Hichilema appears before the police on Wednesday. Speaking at a media briefing at his office, Mr. Kampyongo has re-echoed Zambia Police Service Inspector General Kakoma Kanganja's warnings to the UPND that they will not tolerate lawlessness in the country. Mr. Kampyongo explains that government has since given the necessary support, both material and otherwise, to deal with the UPND members. He says government will not allow a few individuals to stand in the way of police investigations and subsequently stand in the way of justice. Mr. Hichilema has been summoned in connection with his Kalomo farm, which he has owned for many years. Government suspects that Mr. Hichilema dubiously acquired it.
Every individual suspected to have committed a crime should be answerable to the law enforcement institutions without any interference. We all know that in our country, no one is above the law. And the law enforcement organizations should be respected by all citizens. And certainly, political violence shall never be entertained to influence the course of justice in this country. So, dear colleagues from the media, the appearance of political leaders before the police and other law enforcement agencies such as the Anti-Corruption Commission, Drug Enforcement Commission, and others is not a new phenomenon in Zambia. And it's not only happened during the reign of my government, because this has happened before during the reign of the previous government. You will recall that the former Republican president, Dr. Frederick Chiluba, may so rest in peace, appeared before the courts of law for a prolonged period of time. No one obstructed the investigations and the court proceedings until the outcome of the court cases were determined by our competent courts.
2 Zambia Army officers and an officer from the Zambia Air Force have appeared in the Lusaka High Court for their continued defense related to the murder of 7 male persons of Lusaka. The 3 security officers are jointly charged with a witch doctor identified as Lewis Walia, 45, of Lusaka West. The quartet are accused of having carried out the murders between March 5th and the 17th of April 2016. According to evidence so far adduced in court, the 4 persons are alleged to have involved themselves in ritual murders where they are said to have killed their victims in a similar fashion by removing private parts from the victims. But the witch doctor, who is said to have been receiving the human body parts, has denied ever being part of the killings, saying police officers had only asked him to testify against the security officers in exchange for a house and 300,000 kwacha cash reward if he helped the police to secure a conviction for the other 3 persons. More in this report.
Almost 5 years has passed and these men are still appearing before court to answer to the allegations of gruesome killings. This case takes us back to the year 2016 when innocent citizens fell victims of brutal killings that left most part of the country shocked with what most called ritual killings. Lewis Walia, a witch doctor, Christopher Kasapo, a Zambia Air Force officer assistant, Elvis Nyanga, a soldier, and Lak Siame, a warrant officer. These are the 4 men accused of some of the ritual killings. 7 men is the number of the victims they have been accused of murdering. The accused are alleged to have murdered Claire Vachagwa, Amon Sichimba, Alex Zulu, Elias Piri, William Chela, Boris Muzamara, and Anton Mwamba between March 5th and April 17, 2016. The victims were murdered in similar fashion, with their hearts removed while their ears and male organs were mutilated. The 4 denied the 7 charges of murder leveled against them by the state. After the state closed its case, the court had found them with a case to answer and placed them on their defense. This morning, Lewis Walia, the witch doctor in his defense, testified that he was offered a house in Kasama and 300,000 kwacha cash on a condition that he testifies that the other 3 accused went to seek for medicine from his shrine to cleanse themselves after killing the victims. In his defense, the witch doctor told High Court Judge Florence Lengalenga that he refused the police offer and told them that he could not stand in court and testify against the people he has never met before, as it was wrong before the eyes of God. However, evidence on record before court through the arresting officer is that the accused used to sell the body parts in dollars to Indians and Chinese. The matter has been adjourned to Tuesday, the 29th of December 2020. Miriam Kemba, reporting for Camnet TV News in Lusaka.
Zambia's electricity company ZESCO has promised Zambians of reduced load shedding during the festivities. ZESCO Public Relations Manager Hazel Zulu announces that Zambians will now only be subjected to 4 hours of load shedding from the 8 to 10 hours they were being subjected to. Ms. Zulu says this development will come into effect on the 23rd of December 2020 and will end on the 2nd of January 2021. She explains that this decision has been necessitated by the expected decrease in demand for electricity during this period due to a reduction in industrial activities, as most companies will be on industrial break, hence the need to transfer the benefit to residential customers.
ZESCO Limited wishes to inform its esteemed customers and the general public that load shedding hours will be reduced during the festive season. Customers will now experience up to 4 hours of load shedding with effect from tomorrow, 23rd December 2020 to 2nd January 2021. This decision is necessitated by the expected decrease in demand for electricity during this period due to a reduction in industrial activities, as most companies will be on a break. Hence, they need to transfer the benefit to residential customers. As a corporation, we attach great importance to these festivities, since it is a time that promotes the socio-economic well-being of our customers, as it brings families and communities together and enhances trade and other commercial activities. We, however, appeal to our customers to continue employing energy-efficient initiatives, such as switching off all non-essential appliances, using gas for cooking, and of course solar for lighting, to conserve the available power.
The governing Patriotic Front PF Kabwata constituency has unveiled renowned Lusaka businessman Danny Yenga as its aspiring Member of Parliament candidate for 2021. And speaking during the unveiling ceremony at Kabwata constituency PF office this afternoon, Mr. Yenga says he will not insult or talk ill of his predecessor, Given Lubinda. Mr. Yenga has pledged to pursue issue-based politics, further stating that now that the voter registration exercise is done, the party structures in the area will straight away embark on mobilization activities. The seat is currently held by Given Lubinda under the PF and is not yet known whether or not he will recontest the seat. By broadcast time, efforts to get his perspective of Mr. Lubinda on this development could not materialize as his phone went unanswered.
No. Honorable Lubinda has worked for this constituency and it deserves respect. Yes. I would stand to defend him. Yes. I would stand to defend him. Yes. That I will make sure that it's not disrespected. We cannot undress him. No. And my campaign message will be issue-based. Ngeni tuwondeko katulefwaya komufurache mdalatulange acho nyapa uadresi but how can we do that? We can only achieve that with your help, with the support from ECL, with the support from the Secretariat. Twalayibepa balatiyo bayengera besa muloka bombabeka techibombe neka yo ni mwebo twinga bomba na yo batete promisa chakweba tlewo shiraba yo awombe no kwera kantu mkanjelera ko ile shiraba yo awa gift kwa wati yo wali wapya indi kemela wachachina yako awe awupenda kumkampata awupenda na mwali yako ema leo kesera nabo ema mwali na mboso wali ni mwali kesera tusera.
Government, through Ministry of Health spokesperson Abel Caballo, has called for the total elimination of malaria in the country. Speaking when he officially opened the 2-day environmental health practitioners Indaba in Chongwe district, Dr. Caballo has also tasked environmental health practitioners across the country to heighten preventive health services, such as the provision of good solid waste management services, as well as food safety and hygiene. He says it's important for environmental health practitioners to ensure that people are consuming safe food which meets the standards stipulated in the Food Safety Act of 2019. He added that the bulk of the global and national disease burden is mediated by environmental factors such as access to safe and sustainable water, as well as sanitation and hygiene, as well as clean air and adequate nutrition.
And I'm going to hold you so that it's possible. as our environmental practitioner. So let us keep up the good work as we play a huge role in ensuring that we mitigate the effects of COVID-19. I'll be feeling my duty if I don't mention that environmental health practitioners in Zambia should not, again, I need to emphasize, you should not lower the gap towards the prevention of other communicable diseases, despite such as cholera, typhoid, and other diarrheal waterborne related diseases. We must continue to be instrumental in combating these preventable diseases such as malaria, and I am aware that the challenges that are faced with, that we're faced with as a profession, and I'm assuring you that the government will continue to support you in creating an enabling environment for you to offer the desired preventive and environmental health services to the people of Zambia.
We take our second set of commercials. Do stay with us as we have international and sports news. Don't go away.
Stay home, stay safe. Times have changed. With the advent of the coronavirus, Lusaka Water Supply and Sanitation Company would like to advise its esteemed customers to avoid visiting crowded places. You don't have to move to pay your water bill. You can do it in the convenience of your home. You can pay your water bills through Zanaco Zapit, Stanbic Bank, Standard Chartered Bank, and FNB. You can also use Airtel, MTN, and Zamtel Kwacha mobile money transfer services. For any inquiries to report a fault, please contact our customer service on +260 211 251 571, +260 975 618 618, and toll-free line 5957, Zamtel only. You can also simply email customerservice@lwsc.com. This public announcement is brought to you by the Lusaka Water Supply and Sanitation Company. Water is life. Sanitation is health.
We all know how important good nutrition is to grow up big and strong. Not only is cowbell milk enriched with 28 vitamins and minerals, it's also boosted by the 5 most important vitamins, which we call Vita-Rich.
It's got vitamin A for good eyesight development. It's got vitamin C to help fight infections. It's got vitamin D and calcium to help build strong bones and teeth. It's got vitamin E to help with body protection. And it's got vitamin K for general well-being and immunity.
For good health and vitality, only cowbell with Vita-Rich puts you on the fast track.
Take control of your tax planning. Avoid penalties and interest. Returns and payments due by the 10th of the month for declarations of the previous month's transactions are pay as you earn and skills development levy. Returns and payments due by the 14th of the month are turnover tax, withholding tax, mineral royalty tax, tourism levy, gaming and baiting, presumptive tax. Returns and payments for all withholding VAT agents is the 16th of the month. Returns and payments for all VAT registered suppliers is the 18th of the month. Submit the returns and make payments on or before the respective due dates to avoid penalties on the late submission of returns and payments of taxes. Further, note that VAT tax invoices for all business-to-business and business-to-government transactions must bear the tip-in of the buyer without fail. Zambia Revenue Authority. My tax, your tax, our destiny.
Hello, have you heard about Msika? Do you know that you can advertise for as low as 150 kwacha for 30 seconds? Well, Msika is here. Advertise on Msika between 17 hours and 18 hours. Just tell us about the services that you offer and we'll gladly put you on the market. For more details, you can contact
+260 953 995099. +260 962 444 726 or +260 971 177 467.
Msika, allowing your business to grow.
Thank you so much for staying with us. We continue with the news. In international news, South Africa is facing increasing isolation as more countries ban travel over the discovery of a new variant of the coronavirus. Israel, Turkey, Germany, Saudi Arabia and Switzerland are among the countries that have halted air travel to and from South Africa following the announcement that a new variant of the COVID-19 virus is driving South Africa's resurgence of the disease with higher numbers of confirmed cases, hospitalizations and deaths. According to health officials and scientists leading the country's virus strategy, the new variant known as 501.V2 is dominant among recent confirmed infections in South Africa's current wave. The new strain, different from the one in the United Kingdom, appears to be more infectious than the original virus. South African scientists are studying if the vaccines against COVID-19 will also offer protection against the new strain. In response to the resurgence of the COVID-19, the South African government introduced tougher lockdown restrictions, which include limited days and hours for the trade of alcohol and the closure of beaches in areas identified as hotspots.
Several countries have banned flights from South Africa over the discovery of a new variant of the coronavirus. South Africa's health department said last week that a new genetic mutation of COVID-19 had been found in the country and may be responsible for a recent surge in infections. The fast-spreading strain has also been reported in Britain. Switzerland has ordered people who have entered the country from South Africa or the UK since December 14 to undergo a 10-day quarantine and imposed a general entry ban for foreign nationals from those countries. Germany said it planned to impose restrictions on flights, and Turkey has suspended flights from Britain, the Netherlands, Denmark and South Africa. El Salvador has also said it is banning travelers who have been in the UK or South Africa in the last 30 days, or whose flights included a layover in them. On Monday, South Africa's rand plunged, ending a 5-session winning streak that had brought the currency to near its 11th-month best.
We now get into sports news. In sports news, Zambia's NAPSA Stars and UD Songo Sports of Mozambique have played to a 0-0 draw in the CAF Confederation Cup second round first leg. The game was played at National Heroes Stadium Tuesday afternoon. NAPSA showed character in the opening stages of the game but failed to utilize the home ground advantage as UD Songo held on. The Pensioners held to Mozambique on the 6th of January 2021 for the return match. Here are the highlights from the match.
Already sitting on a yellow card is Chom, was prior to him going to Mozambique, played for Zanaco Football Club.
Aranka, where they're not giving him space, they're giving his compatriot space in as far as trying to express himself for this. Later on, it looks like Bill was the one who was infringing his competitor that time, but later on Aaron did also do the wrong, if you like, and so the referee decided to punish that. Confident action on the NBC TV, national broadcaster.
St. Peter's Luca Bandas is what is actually obtaining, although there's a time. We're probably getting to what they call.
Surely you pointed and say, look.
That sports item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, a recap of the headlines. Police and LCC officers raid PF National Commander Innocent KALIMANSHI'S hideout. Home Affairs Minister Stephen Kampyongo joins police IG in warning UPND supporters against protesting HH's impending police appearance. Witch doctor appears in court over his role in the gruesome murder of 6 people. And in international news, South Africa facing isolation amid fears over new COVID strain. And in sports news, NAPSA Stars and UD SONGO of Mozambique settle for a draw in the CAF Confederation Cup second preliminary round first leg. The Camnet verse of the day is coming from the book of John 1 verse 14, and it reads, "The Word became flesh and took up residence among us. We observed his glory, the glory as the one and only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth." On behalf of the entire news production crew and myself, Liseli Kanyanga, thank you so much for watching Camnet TV News on Camnet TV, not just another channel.